Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thelma's podcast. I hope you're all well. Today is Tuesday. Yes. So, today I have the pleasure of speaking to Theresa Kassim. And her job is basically to help people find jobs, I believe. So, she runs a business marketing digital, yeah, a service. All right. So I think she transforms your business, I believe, especially for anyone that works in the digital world. So before I go on, hopefully in the right way, not in the wrong way, I mean. So I met her last year, yeah, when I was working in the school, and it was a careers fair. And I felt like this woman, she looks so wonderful, so beautiful. I say, I need to have her on my podcast as a guest because you came to work in my school, okay, inspiring young people. I'm like, I need to speak to this person. So we are going. All of you are well despite the British lovely weather. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. And as always, thank you so much for coming every time. Hello.
Hello,
How are you, Teresa? Are you
I'm
okay?
good. Yes, I'm very good.
Lovely. Can you introduce yourself fully to us?
So, my name is Theresa. As you can hear, I'm from the States. But I'm here, been here for 15 years, and I started in HR. So, I started in HR, but I worked for an engineering company for about 7 years, and I decided to start a consultancy, and it started off as HR, but now it's marketing. Switched over to marketing. I do construction, so I'm in construction and I'm in school for construction as well at the moment. And I work on a national grid site, on top of running a business, going to school, and I'm a STEM ambassador. So I'm a STEM ambassador and Go Construct ambassador. I've done over 100 hours in schools and doing working with students, work experience and stuff like that. So I get invited to schools and primary and secondary, and I speak about engineering and the construction industry, trying to get young people from other backgrounds, girls, into that industry.
That's lovely. So I want to take you back to you're American,
Yes.
right? So what made you come and live in the UK?
Well, I was married. So I have two beautiful British children here. And then I have a son in the US who's 27. Don't look it,
Oh,
but he's 27. Yeah.
no way, 27. Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. So you came here because of marriage, but
Yes.
did you like the UK? Do you like it here?
Yeah, I liked it. That's one of the things I liked about it. It was the being able to have, health insurance. And as I get older, because I'm going on 44, so as I get older, I wanted to have more. I felt like it was more stable. It wasn't about having the big house, the big car. It was more about having, that health insurance, being able to see the doctor and stuff like that. So that was good. But as you know, the country is changing, has changed over the
Yeah,
years. So yeah.
that's fantastic. Because you came last, I met you last year. You came to my school
Yeah.
for safeguarding reason. I'm not gonna say what school it is. So did the school invite you to come? It was
Yeah.
in South London.
I'm a part of a group, a network group, and they also do work with schools. So they was doing work with the school, and I was there just to talk to students about engineering, going into engineering. Again, I'm on a national grid site and my engineering background, and so when I do work experience with students, I go over like engineering management. I teach them more about the engineering area, or construction sometimes. So we go over skill sets in engineering that's needed, like time management, people not people management per se, but soft skills and those hard skills, teaching them more about what's the difference within engineering.
That's fantastic. So what other service do you offer as because I saw something to do with how do you say marketing,
Yes.
business. So what other service do you provide?
So I offer marketing services, so social media management, websites at the moment, and whatever else I have now. I'm building a website for a construction firm. They do residential luxury building, but they also work with councils.
Mm.
So we're going to start off with the residential side, and then after that, we're going to, we'll talk about management of their social media to build them up. So those are the things that I do pretty much, with pure elements and wanted to keep my business, but
Yeah.
also build on the construction side.
Lovely. So can you tell us more about engineering? What does one have to do to become an engineer? What do you have to do?
Well, it's funny because when I started school, I had a choice between construction or engineering, civil engineering, and I chose construction because I wanted to do construction management and property development, and that was my whole thing. But it's funny because I ended up in an engineering firm. When the housing market slowed down,
Yeah.
I was supposed to be into housing, building new houses in the communities. But when it slowed down, then things didn't pan out. So I ended up in the engineering sector. And until today, when I tell some of the engineers, I was like, yeah, they was like, you're going to be here, you're going to be here. And I'm like, but I'm going to school for construction. It was like, same thing, same thing. So, it's funny because one of my math class, the book I have is engineering's math that we're using. So it's a bit of everything. But yeah, I really do like the fact that I get to choose what area I want to go in. And most people start off in one area or the other in construction or engineering, and then they kind of switch in between whether they want to go into management. So you have some people start off at bricklayers or whatnot, and then they go into property
Yeah.
development.
You never
So
know. Mm.
yeah.
That's fantastic. So what makes you do all this for young people? What makes you like to work with young people for young people?
So I again at this age, I feel like it's time. I want to leave a legacy, and I need to give back. And one of the things is that I want to give young people opportunities that I didn't have. So one of my biggest thing of starting my own company,
Hmm.
it wasn't just for me. It was to help others and bring others up as well, and also for my children because my daughters are 14 and 15 years old. So
Mm.
it's to give them something, they won't have to beg for jobs. And what I try to teach my children is that you always need a skill. If you have a skill, then no one can deny you any work. You'll always have work.
Yeah, yeah,
So learn some type of skill. So I have a degree in business management with HR, and I have loads of certificates. However, when it boils down to it and you take a trade or a skill, then you will always be with
yeah.
work.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
Because me, I started, I love people. Oh, Miss, like my student, oh, Miss, I love your podcast. I love what you do. I love this guest. And I said to them, but what do you take away from that? I mean, it's amazing that you like what I do, that you like the guest, but every time I ask them, but what do you get out of it?
Yeah.
They're basically like, oh, well, I say, well, I want you to go back and think about your own future. This purpose is not just, I mean, I'm glad to see you again,
Yeah.
but I said the purpose is for you, like you said, to make sure you have work, to make
Yes.
sure that you work. That me too, when I was living in Switzerland, people think, oh, I used to have this perfect life, I was rich. Well, I wasn't, okay? I wasn't very good in school sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that I want them to know. There's so many opportunities out there. You can go out there and get it. And I like that you come along with somebody that is there going to schools, inspiring people. That's fantastic. So do the schools how do the school get in touch with you? How can they get in touch with you?
So I'm a STEM ambassador. So I with being a STEM ambassador, you get a DBS check. So I'm DBS checked. I'm on the updated service. So that's yearly. Well, that's every so often. So they'll do
Hmm.
that. And I'm able to go into school. Some contact me from there. than some of the schools that I have gone to. Excuse me. Some of
Okay.
the schools that I have gone to, I get referrals. Like I go in and people will be like, you know what? My sister runs a school. Go to Sittingbourne or go here, or would you be willing to do this? I had one just contact me, say, I met you at another school and now I'm the careers development person of this school. Can you come to our school? I would like for you to come to our school. And I said, yes. And that's in February.
Wow.
So, and then I just got invited to another one. But I'm like, okay, Miss Money, and um, juggling it all. I did 100, hours last year, but juggling it all and trying to get to the schools. I have banners. I made brochures for the students and construction careers, and I tried to convince them that there's more out there. My daughters, I told them, go to a regular college and take a trade and learn something, because that's where the money is at, and that's, you will always have opportunities. I know, we always thought you can get a degree, but that's not always the case. You don't have to. The other day, my daughter, she was looking on TikTok. She was like, "Ma, I saw a bricklayer. He said he'd make £1 per brick, and he'd do about 500. He lay about 500 bricks a day." I was like, and so
Fantastic.
yeah, it's those jobs that you really don't think about that will keep you in work and making money. So that's why I try to teach my children. They're already learning how to work with, one is in 3D design and learning how to do marketing and stuff like that. So I try to teach them real life skills so that they can in the future expand on what they know.
That's fantastic. So if, let's say, I work in a school, how can I book you to come? What do I need to do?
You can contact me. You can contact me, message me, email me, like the one that joined me, contact me on LinkedIn. So it's not always through STEM ambassadors. Usually through STEM ambassadors, if I put it in there, then I'm covered with insurance, because they cover insurance or
Yeah.
whatever, wise you're covered. But you don't always have to go through STEM ambassadors. And yes, I do go out to, and I participate when individuals contact me.
That's fantastic. So, my lovely, I want to say a big thank you for your time, because I know you, it looks like you're doing so many things. You're doing so much. I don't know what to say. We need more than you. We need tens and thousands of views.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean,
what to say. Do you have a
you
team? Do you have a team that, because it looks like you're doing so much by yourself. Do you have a team that works with you?
no, I actually I had a virtual assistant, so if I need extra help, then I'll get extra help. But no, right now I don't have a team behind me. But the good thing, as I expand, it depends on how work come in, then I'll get a team or help. Right now, I just do it myself, and I love it. I love it because it shows, I'm being a role model to my children as well, and they know that I give back. I go into schools and give back to young people and take them on, and
Yeah,
try
role
to
model.
guide them a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh yeah, I've got one more question before I've got one more question to ask you. So I see you sometime on podcast. What is this about? What do you talk about in a, because I see you sometimes invited. Tell us about that.
So yeah, so I have a podcast with the young lady who does the DDG network, who I was there at the school I met you at,
Yeah.
and she is a commercial property solicitor for a global company.
Okay.
So she does, and with her group, so we just talk about things that's going on. So it's called Shh, Don't Speak on It. It's on Amazon. It's on Spotify, all everything, YouTube, and you can listen to it. But we talk about things like social housing, um, construction stuff, economics, things of that sort. And our next podcast would we have a guest who works with young offenders, and she actually bring young offenders into the construction industry and train
Oh,
them up. So, yes. So,
thank you. Thank you to that person. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. So, the one before, she does a lot of work in Croydon and other, and so she does social housing. So she worked with a lot of people who's on social housing. So we try to bring guests on to help. And the one before that was personal branding, trying to help people with personal branding. So we try to give back. And like we said, we're there to inspire and lead and, and try to give information and to talk about things that people don't normally talk about, like economics, saving, finance, being a ethnic minority or a black person, and so those are the things, and even our children. So we want to uplift and build up.
I love it. I hope one day, if you want to have me, I'll be there. I've watched it. That's why I contacted you, because I really love what you guys do. I love what you guys talk about, things that we don't always talk about, which is so amazing. Like really, like certain things that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
So please keep up the good work. Anytime you want me to have my input, let me know. I'll happily come. I'm a big fan of it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate your support. And hopefully we'll keep in touch as well,
Of
Yes.
course, anytime. So my last question I always ask my guests, what would be the number one tip or advice you want to give young people today?
It's one that I said to, you don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be good at math, and you don't have to be an expert in the field. I know some people say find something you love and do it. Not always. I call myself loving HR, but I went into construction because of the stability as well. And I realized that I like the industry. I like the industry. You get what you see, you get to be yourself. So what I want to tell young people is to make sure you get a trade. And if you get a trade or use your talent, no one can ever take that away from you.
No.
Whether you want to build your own business or go work for somebody, you have that skill set. And just like I show my daughters, I've always done websites, even when I was in HR, and I just decided to switch my company. But I always had people coming to me getting websites and paying me for them. So once you learn how to do something, then no one can ever take that away from you, and you will always have a way to make money. So think about that.
That's amazing. What a fantastic and beautiful advice that I really think with you today, with this podcast, I think we're going to really inspire a lot of people. So that's fantastic.
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope that's what I'm here for.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And please don't leave us. Stay in the UK.
Oh,
we need you here.
I plan on going to work all over the world doing my job, like doing construction and engineering. I plan on going to work over the world. You might see me in Dubai sometime.
Oh God, I can't wait. I'm telling you, the world is your oyster, and I'm sure we're gonna see each other again. I hope we'll keep in touch. But I want to say amazing. Thank you so much for being so inspirational, for being a role model for young people, not just your kids, but for all the young people out there. So honestly, a big thank you so much, Theresa. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Have a lovely
You,
evening. Thank you.
you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.